Let's welcome from House Judiciary Congressman Jeff Van Drew. Congressman, we're staying on the breaking news. Your take on the Supreme Court. They will hear the Trump team's appeal of the Colorado ban, trying to remove Trump from the state ballot. Your reaction to this breaking news?
Well, thank goodness. I mean, let's clear this once and for all. You know, the Democrats are so afraid of the fact that President Trump is going to win this election. They will go to any means, including unconstitutional means, to remove him from the ballot, to sue him, to do anything that they can. And so this is important. And I know the Supreme Court, which I hope will decide unanimously that this is something that you can't do. This was not meant. What they did, what they're trying to do to President Trump is completely inappropriate. This was meant during a time of the Civil War, when somebody was actually trying to overthrow the country. It doesn't apply to anything that happened with President Trump, and I think that's what they're going to say.
Illinois is now joining the push to remove Trump from the state ballots. There's now about 13 states trying to do this, Congressman. And you know what's striking is Democrats like Nancy Pelosi and Jamie Raskin, they're basically saying that it's up to the states, that the states do have the power to do this, but they're wrong. What they're doing is misreading the 14th Amendment. Doesn't Section 5 say only Congress can do anything anywhere remotely near that?
Absolutely. And of course they're wrong. And so they're pretending not to understand the Constitution. You know, what's unfortunate is that, you know, people that were supposedly educated and should know better are at a point where they are behaving as if they were in totalitarian governments or third world countries. You know, this is what Putin's doing in Russia. He doesn't want to run against anybody in his election, so they're just pulling everybody off the ballot that would oppose him. And it's unfortunate we're at a time in the United States of America where the ultra-left and many people in the Democratic Party are willing to sacrifice the Constitution in order to try to win. They are desperate. They're doing the wrong thing, and this is going to come out in the Supreme Court case.
You know, Congressman, House Democrats attacked Trump in a new report claiming his businesses got $7.8 million from foreign entities while he was president. But Eric Trump says the Democrats botched this. Eric Trump says the Trump Organization donated the profits from foreign entities during Trump's presidency to the U.S. Treasury. Plus, they don't have the ability to stop people booking rooms at Trump hotels overseas via sites like Expedia.
First of all, President Trump had a real flourishing business. He's a businessman, and he became president. So they voluntarily gave to the Treasury any profits that they made because people stayed in their hotels. Unlike the Biden administration, and President Biden, and when he was vice president, had no business. Their business was influence peddling the United States government for their own gain to make money. And boy, they sure didn't give anything back to the Treasury. And as we know, President Biden's son didn't even pay his damn taxes. I mean, they're very, very different. But again, this is because they're desperate. They want to win the election. They'll go to any means to do so. And this is just one more example. I'm going to tell you, you're going to see the bowels of hell open up on the Republican Party and on President Trump, because they are actually afraid that we're going to bring America home again, that we are going to restore our America to where it should be, and they're going to do everything they can to stop it. I mean, we're seeing it now, and we're going to see it even more. So hold on. This is going to be a rocky ride.
So what if the Supreme Court rules in Trump's favor here?
When they rule in his favor, they're going to absolutely say that you can't take him off the ballot. He will be on all those ballots. And anybody obviously should be afraid of what they're trying to do, the Democrats, because, you know, Republicans could try to do it in reverse and say that, you know, that Biden should be on the ballot, somebody else shouldn't be. This is third world activity. This is what totalitarian dictatorships do. This is not the United States of America. But also, the United States of America is not open borders. It's everything they're doing to change this country structurally forever from something it has never been.
You know, we go down middle of the road here. You know that, Congressman, about the eating at it.
Yep.
We're just looking at it from trying to do it from a 30,000-foot perspective. When we see things like the FBI spying on the Trump campaign, you know, trying to link and do this story, get the report out that, you know, Trump did collude with Russia to hack DNC or Hillary Clinton campaign emails. That didn't happen. At the same time, the Hillary Clinton campaign was funding a false Steele dossier with made-up stories and putting that inside the FBI. When you see things like Al Green, Democrat, filing for an impeachment resolution, doing that the day Trump was inaugurated, riots in D.C. the day Trump was inaugurated, the blocking of Trump's policies via the courts, you see on and on and on. You see, Joe Biden involved in a conversation to go after General Michael Flynn using foreign lobbying violations. You see the American people starting to wake up to what really was going on behind the scenes about how the Democrats, critics say, have railroaded Trump even before he took office in January 2017.
President Trump learned a lot when he was president. And he was a businessman and a smart man, but he learned a lot about how these folks are operating. And when he wins again, we're going to even do better, quite frankly, because he's going to know how to deal with some of the activities that are going to take place around him to try to block him from truly saving America. And, you bring out a good point. I really want people to understand what this Russia collusion hoax was about. The FBI, working with Democrats at high levels, went on the word of Igor Danchenko, who was a bad international corrupt actor all around the world, who now admits that he gave false information, and none of it was true. The Russian collusion never happened with President Trump, and now the FBI has to even admit it because, as you know, John Durham did an independent, neutral report that said it was all done the wrong way, none of it was true, and that's only a small example of what they're trying to do. They're trying to use the government to, go forward with their own desperate political needs and desires. It's so wrong. It's so wrong for America. It's so wrong for the American people. It truly makes me sick to my stomach. And I pray to God every single day that we rise above that and that this country prevails and that the rule of law, which is something these people don't believe in, that it prevails as well.
So we've got, the appeals court will hear the president's immunity claim from claiming, basically he was president. This is referring to the January 6, 2020 case brought by the special counsel Jack Smith. That hearing is going to take place, we're hearing possibly next week. Where do you think that goes? Because you also have constitutional scholars and Reagan's Attorney General Ed Meese saying, special counsel Jack Smith shouldn't even have this office at all. He should not have the power of U.S. attorneys because Congress never enacted the office, never approved his office, never passed legislation putting Smith's office in place. So that they're saying that Smith's own office is illegal and unconstitutional. He was never nominated by the president. He was never confirmed by the Senate. What do you think of that?
It's just business as usual for these people. They're just push forward to do anything they can. They just throw it against the wall, whatever sticks, they go with it. And this is just another example. What they're trying to do is wear the president down, President Trump down. They're trying to throw everything they can at him, and whatever they think is going to work is what they're going to push. They don't care about the rule of law. They don't care about constitutionality. They just don't care. And, the whole January 6th thing, of course, it wasn't a great time in history, but they keep exaggerating it. They keep trying to make it worse because it's the only thing they have to go on because they're wrong on the economy. They're wrong in the way they're dealing with our military. They're wrong in the way they're dealing with our borders. They're wrong on the way they're dealing with parental rights. They're wrong on the way that they are dealing with every issue that is so important to Americans, like foreign policy. We're collapsing around the world. We see it in the Mideast and everywhere else. They're just wrong for America.
Congressman Van Drew, thanks for joining us tonight on that breaking news. Let's bring in former top DOJ official